By the time you're watching this video, I'll have completed my move from the UK to Canada. So we managed to pack our things into 3 suitcases. That one, this one, and this little one. I'm feeling some kind of way, and it is 5 days till our trip. The United Kingdom is one of the most popular countries in the world. It is a country, yet is a group of countries comprising of England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland, and it's located in northwestern Europe. It is also popular among migrants seeking to leave their countries for a better life. I left my country, Nigeria, for the UK in 2022 with my wife as my dependent and me as a student. The student route is one of many routes for moving to the UK, or Japa as most Nigerians will call it. While citizens of some other countries come to the UK to study because of the quality or standard of their education, most Nigerians use it as a means to escape with their families from the worsening hardship of Nigeria. This can be further confirmed by looking at the statistics that show that Nigerians bring the highest number of relatives as dependents to the UK, or also by listening to the loud-mouthed Tiamiyu. The UK is popular not only because of its education, but also because of its healthcare system, which is one of the best in the world, falling only behind the Netherlands and Australia. In terms of access, affordability, or standard, the UK healthcare is top-notch, being as good as free in most cases, making severe health conditions receive adequate attention without the risk of the patients having to come up with the hospital bill first while the health deteriorates. Other areas where the UK excels are its public transportation system, its shopping for food and clothing items. If you're into fashion, I'll say the UK is one of the most fashionable places in the world. It's also known for the dignity in labor. In Nigeria, occupations like plumbing, painting, and security guards will put you at the bottom of the financial chain. Meanwhile, these occupations are essential in our daily lives. The UK rewards all professionals with decent wages to the extent that you can find a person that is sweeping the train station using the most modern phone, gadgets. This same person can also go on all sorts of vacations whenever they so choose to, because there's actually dignity in labor that rewards people. So why did it make sense to leave the UK for Canada? We're leaving tonight. I'm so exhausted. After I sweep, I would sleep, wake up, and then we'll be on our way.
We'll get dressed and...
Yeah, of course I'll get ready. So I'm just sweeping. I swept half and half. I swept this half first, and I'm now sweeping this half. We had a vacuum cleaner. It gave us so many confusing days. Some days it works well, some days it doesn't. And well, I didn't even try because I just didn't want to bother with the stress of is it working or is it not. So I'm sweeping and I'm tired. Okay. Moving to a different country for a better life is a very controversial topic because to some, it's seen as lack of faith or lack of patriotism in your own country or abandonment. But there are many other reasons why people relocate apart from escaping hardship. Some people relocate to other countries where their skills and expertise are in high demand, allowing them to secure well-paying jobs or advance faster in their professions. Safety and security also play a very big role in relocation. Many individuals and families seek the stability that comes with living in countries with lower crime rates, better governance, and political neutrality. Many relocate to embrace diversity or social inclusion in a broader sphere. Moving to a multicultural society allows people to learn more about other cultures. It allows people to form connections with people from different backgrounds and raise children in environments that foster tolerance and global mindedness. Regardless of your reason for relocating, a strong factor to consider is your intended length of stay in your desired country and what's in place in that country to allow you to achieve your goals. So there is a short-term plan of getting the visa and traveling into your desired country and enjoying the work, health, or other benefits that you are considering. But then there's also the long-term plan of living freely in that country and being able to participate in as much activity as you want for the long haul. For me, the UK offered a lot of opportunities, but the uncertain length of time from being a temporary resident into being a permanent resident made me feel a little bit unwelcome. So
About to board. Those are my people boarding. I'm just really tired after having bought another box for uh after buying another box for £109 at the airport and paying for excess luggage for £268. Um, I don't know if it's the physical stress or the financial stress that is weighing me down the most, but let's head on to Canada. Yay! Bye.
And I don't need to mention the incident that happened to me at the Birmingham airport. If you haven't watched those videos, please do well to go watch them. It always made me seem like I'll soon be packing my bags and heading back to Nigeria. God forbid. God forbid, I beg. Because of this, most Nigerians find themselves going into the health sector as one of the surest ways to become a permanent resident. Many other job sectors like IT and teaching also offer sponsorship, but the most popular was definitely healthcare sector. I think everyone knows this. But being popular didn't necessarily mean it's a guaranteed way to become permanent. After getting a healthcare job, you still need to get a certificate of sponsorship from your employer. And for the lucky ones that were able to get the certificate of sponsorship, the wait time, in my view, from getting the sponsorship into being a permanent resident of 5 years seemed too long. In those 5 years, you are supposed to remain with that same employer, except you're lucky enough to get another employer that is willing to hire you and give you another certificate of sponsorship. It happens, but it's not so easy. For some people, this is half a decade in a fantastic work environment, great colleagues, and amazing work culture. While for others, they are pretty much stuck in an employment space that they pretty much despise, and a toxic work environment with overwhelming workloads. But they can't leave because of what they really want on the long run. Most importantly, as much as the role of healthcare workers are very, very important, I could never picture myself in a position where someone else's health or life was in my hands. It just seemed too risky. Some health cases are very delicate, and it only takes the barest minimum to pay the ultimate price on a patient's life. I mean, I always forget to take my own drugs religiously, so I better go. Apart from that, it wasn't ever a career path that I ever considered. So knowing I wasn't going to explore this path, I knew that my stay in the UK was very limited, so I had to think of other options. If you made up to this point, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe, because it would motivate me to keep dishing out more content like this, and it would give you more content like this to watch, and that's a win-win for both of us. Peace.
Canada is another country that is popular amongst Nigerians that are trying to relocate. But most people think that it's an uncertain process because it's a point-based system that favors people that are under the age of 30.
Beyond that, once you're able to get good scores in either your English or French-based tests, and you get your highest level of education accredited, you could be well on your way to getting your permanent residency. And this is the same stage you will be in the UK after 5 years of sponsorship on a particular job. And in this case, you don't need to tie yourself to any particular job or industry to achieve this. Canada is a country in North America. Its 10 provinces and 3 territories extend from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean and northward into the Arctic Ocean, making it the world's second largest country by total area, with the world's longest coastline. Its border with the United States is the world's largest international land border. Nigeria is a tropical region, with its weather being on an average of 27 degrees. I'm pretty much used to this warm type of weather where you can basically dress as light as you want. So moving to the UK with its unpredictable weather wasn't so easy. The UK weather is usually rainy or cold. You'll find that layering multiple clothes before a thick jacket is literally a survival technique, especially since, as I said earlier, the public transportation system is quite decent, so you might find yourself out there in the cold more often than not. Canada.
I'll just say, before I came into this country, I never knew that they made jackets for different temperature types. I mean, there's literally a technology of some sort that makes jackets that don't necessarily look as thick as this, but they're designs for weathers that can go as low as -40 degrees. Canada is really that cold, and I got in the heart of winter, and the transportation system isn't the best. Maybe that's why the residential streets are usually very empty. And I'm one of the very few people who don't own a car yet, so it appears to be that I would struggle, well, until I get one. Well, as a permanent resident here, and as a person with experience in a diverse range of areas, I believe my opportunities can only be limited to my efforts.
I've worked in telecoms, banking, IT, and pensions with roles from technical support, business development to retail banking. Personally, I've started a successful business that I had to put on halt when I left Nigeria. I mean, I've even delved into a bit of real estate and sold a few properties, and I was once a model in my early years.
So I'm free to pick or choose from any of these areas or try out new adventures.
Till then, I'm very hopeful about what this beautiful nation is yet to offer.
Container don't land for Canada. So I don't know what to say. We're in the lovely city of Canada, first time ever. And yeah, it was a smooth flight. I was so excited. We're now permanent residents, and it just looks so beautiful. We've not even seen the city yet. We're just still at the airport. It just looks beautiful. They're all welcoming. Everyone looks great. It feels refreshing. So yeah, can't wait for what lies ahead.